Hello, everybody. I apologize if you can hear my fan in the background, but it's fucking hot and it's fucking humid, and I need that shit or I'm gonna die. This is Hipmonlee of Team Oceania versus reyscarface of US West. reyscarface is known from the DPP era, and then as one of the best DPP into black and white players, and going back and learning ADV as well. But recently, he has picked up an affinity for RBY, winning the RBY Cup in the Smoking Classic. He's facing off against the legendary Hipmonlee, who has been touted as the best RBYer of all time, I think. RBY fags might, get on my case for my misinformation, but yeah, we are seeing a relatively standard lead matchup exchange here. We've got Hips Jinx getting full pair in turn 1, Sleep into Starmie, and Blizzarding, and Tauros versus Snorlax. Tauros is the #1 mod to take advantage of Sleep and Pokes, and Ray went to Snorlax very nicely there, as Snorlax is very hard to 1v1. I don't even know if it's possible to OHKO it with anything, and Hip decides, I'm going to body slam away. I'm just looking for chip damage since Tauros' speed is the most prominent factor. It'd be nicer to stay at high health. However, because it can live explosions from Golem and Cloyster, because explosion is only 170 BP. But yeah, Snorlax is doing what it does. It just sits in and does amazing jobs at crippling shit. They can't paralyze each other with body slam though. This can get paralyzed. Here comes Egg, and he cannot sleep because Starmie is sleeping. Most RBY teams have 2 sleepers. This is a novel concept to me when I was first introduced to it. But yeah, Ray's gonna switch out to his Sleepin' Starmie because Egg really doesn't run Mega Drain very often. I mean, it's seen, but it's not a very common one. Most common is Sleep Powder, Stun Spore, Psychic, and we see a nice move there. The key in RBY is to aggressively double switch out your sleeping pokes so they don't get taken advantage of. And Ray's got his sleeper in, facing down Tauros. Egg does decently. Oh, he doesn't even want to sleep. He was expecting the Jinx switching in. And Egg is also not afraid of Tauros at full health. His body slam does not do much damage. Hip is being really reckless with his Tauros. Maybe he's got a Persian in the back to clean up and he just wants to break these dudes down. But he's still being a little conservative, and he goes into the standard Egg versus Egg stalemate, since Psychics do wall each other quite often. And he's pivoting into Jinx on the Sleep Powder. Very nice. He didn't let that take any damage. And only exchanged it for a little bit. That might put it in Tauros Hyper Beam range. I don't think it's Hyper Beam range, but Hyper Beam crit range for sure. I'm not sure if it killed from that range before. And you do gotta take these things into account, crit ranges and such. But a nice-ish move on Hip's end. I'm not sure if that's what he planned, but Snorlax doesn't exactly take Stab Blizzard well. There's the crit. Down goes Tauros, but Snorlax is down with it. So Snorlax effectively, he didn't achieve his full destructive power. You know what I mean? So perhaps Hyper Beam was better there on Hip's end if he was saying, fuck it, I'm gonna die. But, and it would have killed the Lax. But, body slamming it to low HP is not bad as well. So Lax is in, and I was saying, I wasn't sure about Ray switching his Lax into that Blizzard. Perhaps he might have wanted to sponge it with Starmie. But perhaps he was also guarding against the Tauros double. That was very nice on his end. And here comes Egg. I'm not sure if Psychic kills from this range. I'm sure it does, or, I mean, because I was saying, Snorlax doesn't switch into Blizzards very well, because it has really bad special, as we're going to hover over it, and you see, oh, we don't, because PO has that feature, and Shoutout doesn't. Excuse me, but, yeah, Snorlax has the special equivalent to its special attack stat in later gens, so you can imagine that. And, so, that's why I was a bit surprised, and it's also the reason I am sort of, expecting Psychic to kill. I know in GSC, Psychic does, 20 max, but, oh, he was stun sporing. Perhaps he was expecting Egg to come in and sponge it, but Ray uses his Sleeping Starmie. He's gonna pivot in and out. I'm not I mean, he can try to stay in and go for wake-ups here, but here comes Hip's own Snorlax. Yep, he does stand and go for wake-ups. And an RBY, for the uninitiated, you cannot wake up on the same turn that you... Or you can't move on the same turn you wake up. here comes Chansey, and that's actually kind of really weird that Chansey can switch into Snorlax as long as it hasn't been parried by a T-Wave, because Body Slam can't parry it, and Snorlax's crit rate is very low. As long as it stays out of Hyper Beam range, it's always, you know, in decent shape. So, I mean, and also Snorlax can always... I've seen this happen a couple times. Snorlax is in against a soft-wheeling Chansey, and you're like, what am I going to do? Oh, then it self-destructs, and a Starmie comes out, like this Starmie right here, and you're like, oh, fuck, where'd my Chansey go? So I guess Hip used Earthquake there because Earthquake cannot be countered, only normal and fighting moves can. So I'm not sure why Starmie came in there. I wouldn't want it paralyzed, with Ray's Tauros still looming dangerously in the shadows, but you know it's there, you always gotta be wary of it, and that being faster than it is so huge late game. So I personally like Hydro Pump Starmie and Psychic, but the standard set is Bolt Beam with Blizzard over Beam, and T-Wave and Recover, which I've never been super partial to, but you know, it gets the job done, though. It has a really, really high crit rate. Like, Tauros is the most infamous Pokemon RBI. When there's a Tauros, there's a way. But Starmie's crit rate is even higher. It's based off speed stat, and I think it's base speed divided by 512, I think. So, let's see. Ray's contemplating here. I mean, if he can take the T-Wave, he should. Maybe the Chansey has Sing. It's happened before, it's used, because his only sleeper so far is Egg, and a lot of teams have 2. And Sing Chansey can lure other Chansey and like Snorlax and just sleep in them, and it's a really good big surprise. And Chansey is so bulky that it has a lot of free turns, so it can afford to go for those 55% accuracy attacks. So, he's real thinking here. Ray is known for thinking ahead, but Hip, I'm not sure what his plan is. Maybe he wants to, maybe paralyzing Chansey is part of his plan so he can break through it with a Zapdos or something, because rocks aren't as good with the new mechanics, and I always forget why, but I know Rhydon is considered terrible, and Golem is the only one with any redeeming value because it can actually explode. He is going for T-Wave. I guess he really wants that Chansey healthy so it can switch into Snorlax, and that's probably what Hip was going for. Oh, there's Surf, and there's the Starmie crit rate. RIP. I'm not sure if... Well, it probably killed. Starmie has great special, remember. But I always thought they ran Hydro Pump. I didn't know they actually ran Surf. I guess Hip is concerned with accuracy. So, what's it called? I guess that's what he was threatening. He was threatening to paralyze the Chansey so his own Snorlax could threaten to bust through it later. And here comes Zam. Late game Zam, or non-lead Zam, is rarer than its lead counterpart, but it is dangerous, and whenever I see a lead Zam struggling to wake up later in the game because it took sleep on the first turn, I'm like, man, look at how dangerous it is. I mean, it's even faster than Starmie. Just think of the crit rate. And, I mean, it's a good lead, but I just can't help but feel it gets wasted in that position a lot. And it's so scary late game. Like, I was like, man, if this Zam wakes up, the guy who has it, he's going to be in a great position. So we see Zam threatening to paralyze the Starmie as well. And score is now 5-5. This is some tense shit. You know, RBY, it might be a bunch of luck and all that shit, but it is an adrenaline rush, and it is great to play, and it is great to watch live. Now, as for watching it on a replay, then, hey, you're the one watching it, so it sucks for you, but, yeah, if it's got commentary, then it's okay, obviously. I've watched some Issa before. And some High Explode, actually. He knows his RBY. So, Alakazam T-Waves Exeggutor as Hip goes to his Psychic that, oh, there's Reflect, and he gets parried himself. Now, Reflect Zam, I think, is the more standard of the late gamer sets. I've seen way more Reflects being used than I have seen Seismic Toss on them. So, Parrot Zam, it's now slower than Starmie. Well, Tauros is dead, but slower than Lax, too, so... And I'm not quite sure about RBY Stun Spore or Paralysis, but, like, I've noticed a slower Pokemon that paralyzes a Pokemon than the dude, like, for example, this Exeggutor, it might be faster than Zam. That best illustrates the point, I think. It might be. I've seen that happen before. I can't think of any concrete examples, but I've seen it, like, when Slowbro outruns something, I'm like, whoa, Slowbro outrunning something. this is where I would put the laugh track if I had it open on my phone. I do have a laugh track downloaded on my phone because I just cracked myself out. So, Reflect Zam, he's a trooper though. I mean, his Bane's physical attacks, he's got amazing special, and you know, you thought Tauros' crit rate was good. You thought Starmie's crit rate was good. Wait till you see Zam's, and then Hip brings out his last, which is a Jolteon. I'm like, and wait until you see this guy's crit rate. Yeah, I hope it is a Jolteon. That would be perfect. But yeah. Let's see. Hip's really thinking about this, and I don't think there's anything more to offer, so I'm just gonna wait. There's Psychic, there's the crit. No drop. No drop. So Zam's looking to muscle through Egg here, and Egg's probably going to go out with a boom here. Because he wants to bring that Zam low into Starmie range. I'm not sure on my RBY calcs. I've done a lot of calcs, but none of them have been seared into my mind as they should be. Like, I still have to have a damage calc open. An experienced RBYer would do this shit off memory. Full para, so he doesn't get the chance to go for the crit kill. And Zam is now at 22 and paralyzed. Hell, he can even switch to Snorlax here, or he can go to Starmie if he wants to Blizzard and threaten Chansey. Actually, Starmie does really, really well here. Or at the very least, he's going to force Chansey to get paralyzed. That's really good. So, because then Snorlax would have a better chance of busting through it, as long as he's wary of counter. So, he can also set up his last send in his last if he really wants to put the pressure on, but I would imagine either Snorlax or Starmie are coming in here, because Starmie can threaten to paralyze Tauros if he goes to that for some reason, and it can paralyze Chansey like he was going for earlier, or Snorlax because it's fucking strong and can take something with it. It can get 2 kills here, essentially. How those kills are going to happen, you know, that remains to be seen, but, you know, we see Starmie. I would assume Blizzard kills. Hip's been away for a while, so he might have been calculating that, but I would hope so. Or Surf. I keep forgetting he has Surf. He has Stab. Like, I'm much more confident about Surf killing the Zam than I am Blizzard. Even though Starmie has great special, because Zam does too. And it is 22%, but yeah. Here comes Chansey to take the Surf. We see Starmie showing off that fancy crit rate again. I guess he saves Zam for death fodder. Very nice, because no such thing as useless death fodder. Did I really say that? Well, I mean, it's true. You know, save it if you can. And he T-bolts and he gets the para. I guess he was just going for damage. Maybe he doesn't have T-wave Chansey. He could be Sing, he could be counter. Oh, it's likelier he would have gone for Sing there, so I'm just thinking maybe counter. And he gets the para, so it's a nice benefit. And now Starmie is no longer faster than Tauros. That's huge. It's also in range for Tauros. That's really huge. And this Lax is probably going to take a beating, unless it's some sort of setup rest set, you know, Amnesia. Which I can't see because it has... I can't see happening because it has Body Slam and EQ. When he goes for EQ, Ray predicts that nicely. He's thinking he's got to respect the counter, because counter is the move he definitely wouldn't have used on Starmie. So Egg comes in. And Jinx is still around to repel, you know, the sleep powder and the egg, but that is prime Tauros food, especially since it is at 78%, so it definitely dies to a crit body slam. I know from full that it's only a 6.3 chance to die from a crit D slam. So, let's see. I think the move here for Ray is a double Tauros, although if that doesn't work out, then, you know, it's not cool. Because then Snorlax is just, you know, getting unnecessary damage on it. Although, depending on Hip's last, oh, he's going to Jinx. He moved faster. Yup, he moved first, and the slower mod switching means that the other guy did not switch. Faster dude switches first. So, that's how you know who gets the Intimidate off. So, Jinx comes in safely. Back to Lax on Chansey. Nice work on Hip's end. He's not firing off those blizzards. Chansey's paralyzed, so he's not freezing it. He's not going for drops. He's trying to fight it with Lax. We're going to see another move on Ray's end, switching Chansey into that EQ. This is some intense shit. Is he going to go back to Jinx? Or are we going to see the Tauros come out on the double? The Tauros doubling into Jinx is scary as fuck, but we're not going to see it. Hip going right back to Jinx. He's going to Blizzard here, I feel. He can even go to the midway with Starmie, I suppose, if he doesn't want to. If he wants to try to wake up or something before switching in, you know. Nope, back to Chansey. There's Blizzard. So, I'm not exactly sure how RBY counter works. I know it works on the last move used by your opponent. So, like, you can switch into a body slam and counter it the next turn, but I'm not sure if it works, like, if you switch into a body slam, soft-boiled as they switch, and then use counter as they use, I don't know, Thunderbolt. Lax switches into Thunderbolt. We're going to see another Earthquake. Hip is taking no chances with that counter, and Ray keeps pressing his advantage and switching back into Egg, but is he going to be able to take advantage of it? Because now, he's not going to kill with body slam, but if he doesn't kill it, I mean, the move is to sleep it, I think, if he thinks it's staying in. But he keeps going for Psychics to chip away at it. You know, that chipping away is also good. Oh, and he's going to get rid of Jinx now with that crit. So, are we going to see the Zapdos last? No, we're going to see Starmie. He does not want to waste the Jinx. But it's chipping away at Snorlax is good for Tauros when he's trying to beat through it. But Starmie's like, alright, I'm going to recover, and he's going to have to explode. So he's still got the Jinx for fodder. Here comes Zam. He's going to get his recover off. And Starmie could go for a Surf Crit here, you know, from some full para action. I mean, it's pretty riskless. Ray can't really... No, he's going to Lax. He's going to press these body slams. And Ray's been switching into EQs from Lax. I don't think he's ready to switch into body slams. Something's going to have to get sacked here, I think. Well, let's see it. Are we going to see the... I don't know about Rock. No, yeah, I don't know about a Rock last on Hip's team. I mean, I think it's a Rock or an Electric. So Zapdos are looking up. And by Rock, I mean Golem, because I think Rhydon kind of sucks. Because whenever I use Rhydon, I'm like... Or whenever I use Golem, I'm like, man, thank God I can explode. And Rhydon just does not have that, even though it's got the higher stats, but I don't think they really make a difference, you know? So... This Zam is not good. The most Zam is going to do is get the T-Wave off on Lax. And that helps, but... He could also go for Hyper Beam here. Oh, and Ray predicts that and goes to Tauros. Very nice. He goes for the B-Slam, but unfortunately, he needs a Hyper Beam crit to kill it. He doesn't get the crit with Body Slam. What are we going to see? Are we going to see Hyper Beam? I think we're going to see a Hyper Beam on both ends. That was an awesome move on Ray's end, but it didn't quite work out, as I realized just before I used it. Hyper Beam killed. He doesn't want to get this Snorlax T-Wave. So, and it fucked with everything else. This Chansey, obviously, he doesn't want to switch it for that. And Snorlax, and Tauros could actually, you know, a Body Slam for it isn't the end of the world, since he could beat it down. So, here comes the turn of Hyper Beams, I think. Hip's still got an unrevealed last. If he's got a Rock, here's the turn to switch to it. Although the thing is, sometimes Golems, Earthquakes, they come up a little short. Like, Tauros is actually bulky. Like, you don't think about it because it's fast and strong, and when you see fast and strong, you don't think, oh yeah, that guy can take some hits. But, you know, to give you an example, Golem's Explosion doesn't even muster 90 on Tauros. That is ridiculous. So Earthquake is not killing from there. He would have to boom it, but... He could take he could do a KO with Earthquake because Hyper Beam plus Blizzard does not kill him. Although, of course, a crit on the Blizzard would OHKO, and a crit Hyper Beam wouldn't really count. But are we gonna see? Ray's thinking about this one. You got to calculate the odds in games of RBY, and sometimes you just gotta pick alright, this is my best shot, and let the Pokemon gods decide it. He's not Hyper Beaming, he's Body Slamming. We don't see a Hyper Beam on Hip's end. Uh-oh. I thought both were gonna Hyper Beam, and neither Hyper Beamed. What was he afraid of? Hyper Beam kills Egg, Starmie is sleeping, Chansey, I think, it might be a high roll, but it's paralyzed, and, you know, who gives a fuck? It's Chansey, it's not gonna beat it. Zam gets crushed, Tauros gets crushed. I think Hip should have Hyper Beamed there. Maybe he was afraid of miss or something, but... Or maybe he was counting on Ray using Hyper Beam there, and thinking, I don't want to risk a miss, and I'm just going to Body Slam it twice as he recharges, but if he Hyper Beams and you miss Hyper Beam, if you're still alive, you get a second chance, so yeah, I think he definitely should have beamed there. And now Tauros is still alive. He sacks the Jinx. And there's a Hyper Beam miss. Very useful. Are we going to see a 255? You know, every attack in RBY has a 1 out of 256 chance to miss. Even the 100% accurate ones, we're not going to see it. So, you know, your Thunderbolts and Surfs that you pick for their accuracy, they can still miss. Here comes Starmie. Hyper Beam? I don't think it's in Hyper Beam range, but, you know, a crit would certainly spoil its day. Here comes Zam. Eating up that Surf. And are we going to see a Psychic? Are we going to see a Recover? I think Psychic is better. Yep, we're going to see Psychic. He does not want that Snorlax switching in. We see a Surf. Hip getting the crit through the special drop. I think Hip was trying to force Recover so he could switch to Snorlax, but I think that Ray was just trying to weaken Starmie so it was in Tauros range. So he was just going to keep spamming Psychic, and that would have been made better by the special drop, but the lower crit rate Mon gets the crit through the special drop, and down goes Zam. I mean, I haven't calced Tauros Hyper Beam versus Starmie, but I would imagine, you know, it's got a chance to come in there. Starmie's not that bulky, you know? So, I believe the special drop in RBY is 20%, not 10 like it is in later games. But I could be wrong. I've also heard it's 33, which seems terribly wrong. But, yeah. Are we going to see Tauros come back in? Are we going to see Chansey come in to stall some? But, you know, that gives Lax a chance to switch in. His Snorlax's bad special doesn't make up for his low, doesn't mean it can't switch into Chansey T-Bolt, despite Chansey's high special. So, Egg comes in, you know, maybe he can live a Blizzard after the special drop. Psychic's certainly doing more. Maybe he's gonna explode, so he's thinking, Egg's my least useful dude. I'm just gonna bomb it, and then I'll play 3-on-2, with one of the 3 being a almost dead Lax. And I've got a Tauros that can take it out with Hyper Beam. However, one of Ray's dudes is sleeping, so, and he hasn't burned a hell of a lot of sleep. So, we could say it's effectively a 2-1, maybe? It really depends on Hip's last, and he's concealing it very well right here. So, fuck, this is intense. RBY's great sometimes. Psychic, Para. We're gonna see some more Psychics, I think, almost definitely. He's going for the second drop, which will almost definitely put him out of Blizzard range. No drop, another Para. Are we going to see the Zapdos Slash come in and Drill Peck, and Zapdos Slash would almost certainly, you know, just win. Maybe he was recovering to force an an explosion from the Egg. But let's see. I don't think that Lax. It's definitely not going to be. And Ray in the chat prays for no Zapdos last. So, I don't think it's Lax coming in. He's got to go his last, whatever it is, because Lax just gets slept and killed. So, his last better be able to beat Persian somehow. Man, if it is Persian, that'd be cool. But it better be able to outrun and kill Egg. Or, you know, the whole sleep powder explosion deal that makes Egg so great is going to be shown off in full effect. So, let's see it. Maybe Hip's just... I mean, because he almost certainly has to go to it almost no matter what it is, unless it's Chansey or something. If it's Chansey, I think if it's slower than Egg, then Ray almost definitely wins because he's just gonna sleep it, kill it, or rather sleep it and chip away at it, and just when it wakes up, put it right back to sleep because it can't move when it wakes up. So, nope, lax. So I think Ray's gonna take game 1. Yup, there's sleep. Maybe he didn't want his last. Maybe his last is slower and he just didn't want it to get slept. But I can't imagine what it might be that. Oh wow, I just got killed by Psychic. Exeggutor is fucking strong. And there's Golem. So Ray's gonna take game 1. Man, this is fucking intense. This is awesome. Oh, maybe he should have gone to this first, but I don't think he can win because Tauros blizzards it and even Earthquake, and then Chansey finishes it off. So. We got game 2, and Ray's got a signature Hipmonlee lead. He accredits Jackal, one of the best RBYers of yesteryear, as helping him start out with a Hypno team from a while ago, and he rode it to great success in the RBY Cup. And Hypno, I think what makes it good is that it's egg-like in that you see right there, it's got Hypnosis, and it's also got the bulky Psychic properties that let it spam T-Wave. So Hypnosis, T-Wave, Psychic, and I don't know, Seismic Toss or... yeah, so it's basically like an Exeggutor lead that doesn't get fucking trashed by Jinx. I mean, like, Jinx could Blizzard turn 1 if it really wanted to scout the opportunity. And here we see Chansey switching into Snorlax again, although the roles have reversed this time, as Zam paralyzes Hypno and takes sleep. And we're gonna see, I have a feeling we're gonna see that Zam struggling to wake up later in the game, and we're gonna be like, man, if this wakes up, he's in such good shape. And I would have even considered, hey, let's go for the, let's stay in and burn a turn, just because Zam is so, like, helpful if it wakes up late game. So, Chansey just soft will him here, and he does have more soft wills than Lax has body, no, other way around. Snorlax does have more body slams than Chansey has soft wills, but, he doesn't have to use one for every turn, but it's also not cool. I guess Snorlax does... Oh my god, well... RBY right there. But yeah, he was just going for it. Not fearing the counter whatsoever, unlike Hip last game. And... Oh, there's Sing! There's Self-Destruct! I think Ray got the much better end of that deal. So, Sing Chansey, I think I mentioned it in the last game, but it's really cool for situations like that. But Ray gets the, what's it called, the 45%, and he's in business. Here comes Lapras, and Slowbro, when it sets up, he probably isn't going to want to take these T-Blows, but he's going right for Amnesia. No, he's going right for T-Wave, then he's going to Amnesia. T-Wave first, the golden rule, because T-Wave is broken. Full para being 25%, it's actually a hell of a lot if you think about it. So... yeah, we have seen that a lot this World Cup, actually. Snorlax, you know, thinking, okay, you know, if Chansey really wants to soft will spam, I'm just going to self-destruct and rip the team apart with special attackers. Although Snorlax is going to switch into T-Ball. However, Ray likes Lapras because he likes having a Blizzard, or a Freeze immunity. But yeah, Beast Slam, cool. Full para. And I don't think Lapper... I know Lapper sometimes uses Sing, I think, but his Zam is sleeping, so we're not going to see it showing off. I'm not sure what it runs, now that you can't paralyze normals with B-Slam. I know Bolt Beam, he used to run B-Slam, I think Confuse Ray or something. Oh, he can run 2 Ice Stabs, that's cool. Or maybe he just doesn't run Ice Beam. But Blizzard does a chunk, as you see right there. I forget what Lapras' special is. I haven't used one in a long time. I haven't faced too many either. It's all about the Jinx and the Cloyster. But yeah, we see B-Slam not doing much. Snorlax is barely going to come out of this exchange better off, but I mean, he's going to be fodder later. But then again, it's not bad to have fodder, but I think Ray has a real big edge in this game. As long as... Oh, Hyper Beam! Oh, he got greedy. Nice move on Ray's end. As long as he dodged the B-Slam para, he was gonna come out of that one well no matter what. And now he's just going to finish the Snorlax off. All that crit does is remove Death Fodder for Hip later in the game. But yeah, we'll see Tauros coming in here for another Hyper Beam. I guess he wanted that's reasonable on Hip's end though. Wanting Lapras or wanting Snorlax to be high enough to take one more hit before self-destructing later. But Ray thought that through nicely, and Egg was a good move there. So here comes Hyper Beam. Are we going to see another switch to a Sponge? I mean, it's cool to switch it to Hyper Beams and Sponge that shit, but oh, Lapras barely hangs on to that against that Hyper Beam, and a weakened Tauros. I'm not sure on the roll on that, but a weakened team is Tauros Hyper Beam Prey, and recharge, no para, miss. I swear, it's really weird in RBY. Like, 90% moves, in later gens, you're like clutching your nutsack as you click them, because you know 90% while paralyzed, or even like 75%, you're like, I'm not hitting this Will-O-Wisp through paralysis. But in RBY, I swear, every single paralyzed sleep powder dude hits it. It's ridiculous. And every single dude para hits Blizzard. It's just bonkers. And we see Rhydon, the inferior rock, but his improved defense and improved attack is going to probably be useful here, as well as his threat of body slamming the Exeggutor. Para, no para, doesn't even kill with another move. And Rockslide can't flinch, so he couldn't have gone for para flinch. But Rhydon, he looks more menacing than Golem, I'll give him that. And what's he really switching into Egg at this point? I guess he can stay in and take a hit, since as long as Rhydon's alive, then, you know, it's just like walling Zapdos by default. And unfortunately, this sleeping thing is going to give Tauros a free switch, and Hip catches Ray trying to get the free Tauros. Very nicely done. And in comes Slowbro. I don't think Hyper Beam crit probably killed. It definitely kills. I did this calc yesterday. But it does like, I don't know, 40 max without the crit, and Ray's like, you know, no big deal, I got Hypno. Oh, but that's Spotter for Slowbro. He's gonna paralyze it though. And I think there's, speaking of para earlier, then I think if you stat boost while you are para'd, then you become faster, or the para speed drop is ignored. Like 174. Yeah, like see right there. Slowbro stat boosted, so it's faster. Ray forcing it to rest. He's getting a special drop after full paras. But I think he just Amnesia again, rest here, and then he's going to go to Zapdos on the sleeping Slowbro. As Slowbro with only one Amnesia, effectively, or one Spadef boost, one special boost under his belt, probably isn't going to want to fight these Zapdos, especially while sleeping, with that great crit rate and all. Oh, we see Thunder Wave! Wow! I did not expect that. Very nicely done on Hip's end. He was trying to catch Zapdos or Tauros. That was nice, but... And now Rhydon becomes a serious threat. Are we going to check on Tauros? I don't think it took... Nope, Tauros did not take a hit yet, but Hip's got his Tauros healthy as well. So, Tauros Wars, boys. 4-4 right now, folks. This is intense. We see the explosion, and Slowbro and Egg both go down, 3-3. So, granted, I think that Slowbro was going to be kind of a liability anyway, you know, with sleeping and all. But I think, how high is Hypno? I just switched out. Full. Yeah, I was like, did he take an attack? No, I didn't. So, Rhydon has sub, I believe, in the slot where Golem usually uses Explosion to fish for full paras. Oh, he's going for it. Is he going for it? I think he wanted Tauros to fight Tauros so he could finish it off with Rhydon, but Ray's like, nope, I want this Tauros para because he recognizes his own Tauros is the best way for him to win this battle. So, let's see it. I think, see, this is an example of, if Zam wakes up, he's so dangerous. I mean, not because he Okos everything or whatever, but because he can switch into this T-Wave, and okay, he's T-Wave, but Tauros and Zapdos can't switch into that Psychic. And, see, I mean, he can't even, there's no way Ray can possibly take damage this turn, you know? Because either he switches or he tries to wake up. Even if he wakes up, oh, fuck, I brought home food, and I forgot to take it out of my fucking backpack, because one of my teammates was playing, and, this game happened right after. I mean, I can heat it up, but fuck me in the ass. I got some chicken wings. I was gonna heat up this pizza later anyway. I eat really healthy, guys, as you can probably tell. If you have any good diet tips, leave them in the comments below. That's not even a joke. Because I don't really know what's good, and my kinda, sorta, not really, it's complicated girlfriend right now doesn't really cook either, so, yeah, I mean, I quote-unquote cook. All I can make is like steak and spaghetti and shit. Like, I need to expand my repertoire. So anyone with any experience in the culinary arts, help me out. Anyway. Yeah, Zam versus Hypno. He's trying to catch the Tauros. Hypno full parrot. That's really nice on Raisin, because like he doesn't really lose anything by staying in with Hypno, you know? He's trying to force a situation where he can come in absolutely safely with Zapdos or Tauros. You know, I always hated how when you buy a fucking box of chicken wings, they never give you a fork to go with it. Back to Zam. Psychic, special drop. Zam's still sleeping. So, sleep. Psychic, another drop. This is scary. He's sleeping again. Zam definitely dies here unless we see a Psychic Miss or a full para, because even if he wakes up. I think after this he's going to go to Rhydon and do what Rhydon does. Well, you know, Rhydon full paras. Oh, he wakes up, Psychic doesn't miss, doesn't full para. So. Rhydon's in. And Hypno's gone a couple turns without a full para, so you know that 25% chance always threatened to kick in. Once I saw a Pokemon subbing for Focus Blast fishing for paralysis or Focus Blast misses, and this dude hit 8 Focus Blasts. It was truly unbelievable. Psychic crit, wow. I don't know how high Hypno Special is, but I know it's got great Spit F, so probably really high, and that hurts. He might even beat it with Zapdos at this point, I'm not sure. Are we getting... Nope, it's Tauros Wars, baby! I don't think it's Tauros Wars. Because Ray can go to Zapdos and paralyze it first. I don't think Hyper Beam crit kills, so he's gonna have to, like, Blizzard Freeze it. I wonder if Tauros uses... I know there's a such thing as sub-Tauros, but, like, I'm not sure if Hip would actually like, use it. Oh, my wings are still, you know, relatively warm. So, cool. Hip's calcing the Tauros because this is the only Pokemon left. I think he's got to freeze the Zapdos. And I think Ray takes this game. But it's RBY, you never know. Here we go, boys. Here's Tauros, ready to finish off the Hypno. No 255 shit here. Here comes Zapdos, ready to fire off T-Wave. Blizzard, no freeze. T-Wave doesn't miss. Kind of funny to say that, isn't it? But T-Bolt, crit, I don't think there's any possible... Technically, Hip can still win. Like, that's how ridiculous RBY is, but he doesn't. Ray's gonna take it. So, 2-0, Ray wins. Now, that was a great fucking series. That was awesome. You know, RBY, as ridiculous as it is, a series like this, it's just awesome. I realize I said awesome once, so my vocabulary is kind of failing me. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I really do hope you enjoyed RBY, just in all of its ridiculousness. You get shit like this, and it reminds you why Pokemon is great sometimes. And not in the sarcastic, I got hacks, I love Pokemon, fuck me in the ass way. So yeah, I will catch you all later.